Welcome to Movie Lunch. I'm your host, Stephen Lawson, and last week I didn't do an episode for Thursday and Friday, and I'm sorry. I was bogged down on some work schedule stuff, but I'm back. And today we're going to talk about the Super Bowl movie trailers and a few questions. And yes, I watched the Super Bowl and I rooted for the Patriots all the way, anxiety through the roof, and felt like I was having a heart attack. But it's all over, and I can get back to doing what I love doing the most, and that is movies. And today we're going to talk about some movie trailers. Now, some of my friends who went to the party last night asked me like, oh, is there going to be this? I was like, I have no idea. I didn't talk to my brother and ask him, hey, what movies did you guys work on, trailers coming out, all that stuff. And I saw 4 trailers that I actually liked, and the Fast and Furious 7 trailer was really cool. The whole car going through the buildings. If you haven't seen it, check that out. There's a cool shot of like the building of a car going literally just, I don't know how it's doing it, but it's just going straight through buildings. And I think it was, I want to say Vin Diesel or Paul Walker. And that whole sequence was so cool, and I loved it. And then you had Jurassic World, which they showed a lot of stuff from their old trailers, but they put in some really cool ones with like Chris Pratt like talking to animals and talking to the dinosaurs, and it was really cool. It's like taking the first Jurassic Park and then putting it into a new one, but adding some new things in it, and I really like that. And then Tomorrowland, that's intriguing me the most. Like, it's really cool to see what Brad Bird is doing with this movie. And I heard a few years ago that he wanted to do it, and I was like, all right, I can see this happening. And it's so cool. Like, it's kind of coming together. You see more of the future, the Tomorrowland side of it, and then today, what it is like now. And then we saw Ted 2, and I love Ted and thought it was hilarious. Not a big fan of Seth MacFarlane's last movie, Million Ways to Die in the West. I didn't find it really that funny. Like, all the jokes were in the trailer. Ted 2, like, it's really interesting to see how they're going with this route. And also see Tom Brady in as cameo is pretty funny. And so yeah, I'm excited about those. And there's also Terminator, that Super Bowl teaser trailer, and there's not much new thing about that. I'm waiting to see a newer trailer on that one and stuff. I would have liked to see the Avengers Age of Ultron trailer and all those stuff. So yeah, all around good trailers. I liked them. They piqued my interest more and more. So I'm more interested in the Fast and Furious 7, Jurassic World, and Tomorrowland the most. So it'll be interesting. I'm going to be excited about those. So the first question comes from Justin. How do they make physical models look so real in film? Materials, painting methods, lighting, etc. Well, to answer your question, I don't know. Like, I don't do models. I don't do the special effects stuff. I do, from what I understand, is it's all by painting and just years of practice on it and stuff, and then you get the best people to do it to make it look as real. I know Del Toro, he's a master of it. All his films, like Hellboy and all the stuff, and I would have loved to see that in The Hobbit, to see what he would have done to it and make it really cool. But it's all comes down to just going to school and learn it. You can't, like with what I do, I can go on YouTube and search how to do this, and I can do it. Like doing filming and stuff, it's a lot easier for me to do it on YouTube and like look it up. But for doing the practical effects and doing all this stuff like props, you really have to go to film school or any type of school that has this stuff to learn for you to do it. It's not something you can learn very easily, in my personal take. It's something that it's a very niche artistic talent to make something look real. And then from Hassanen, what do you think of the new TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, When do you think there will be a movie on Thundercats? Thanks. Well, I saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with super low expectations. Like, I'm pretty much done with Michael Bay. I'm tired of what he's doing. I'm glad he's not doing the fifth Transformers. I'm hoping they fix that. But when I went to see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with like the lowest expectation, I was like, this is going to be the dumbest thing ever. It was fun. I liked it. I liked how they did everything, and it was very interesting. It was a new take on it, and I was all around thrilled. I was excited. I don't know if I would buy it on DVD, but yeah, it's a movie I could watch a couple more times and still be enjoyable. Megan Fox surprisingly was decently good in this one. She wasn't the best thing, but all around I was excited. And on Thundercats, I pray they make that. I would love to see a Thundercats movie, and would love to see that all around. I grew up on that, and I would be excited. Do I see it happening? Yeah. I don't know when, but I think I know they're making a He-Man movie, so that'd be cool. And yeah, so Thundercats, all for it, please. And then the final question comes from Trevor. Hello, Movie Lounge. My question is, what movies most inspired your own work and why? I've actually looked into some of your own stuff. Have you ever thought of making a prequel to The Effect? Interesting question. I love this one the most because it had to make me actually think. I just had to spend a few days on it. And to answer the question about what movies inspired my own work, there's a few. There's George Lucas's original Star Wars, and that kind of intrigued me into spreading out my imagination on storytelling, and Braveheart, and also The Rocketeer. Those three movies pushed me to want to do something cool. Like, I saw Star Wars as a kid and I was like, that is so cool. I want to do that. I want a lightsaber. I want a Millennium Falcon. And Braveheart, it made me want to tell stories in a very dramatic way. Like, I love how Mel Gibson portrays this whole story. It may not be the most historically accurate movie, but it portrays a story about a man who is willing to sacrifice his life to free a country. And to me, it's like, I want to portray that in every story. Like, not just a man sacrificing his life, but someone who wants to push for something for good. And I love the whole good versus evil thing. And then Rocketeer. Growing up as a kid, Rocketeer is my childhood movie. Just watching that, I was like, that is so cool. To me, that was my first superhero comic book movie, even though it is a comic book movie. But to me, that was like my Iron Man. And I love how Rocketeer it played with the imaginations for a kid. It just was like, this could happen. So those movies, it inspired me to want to go into filmmaking, and made me want to do something fun, something that I can create for other people to watch. So maybe 20 years from now, someone sees my stuff and I'm like, wow, I want to do that. That would be really cool. And the prequel to The Effect, that is, when I went to film school, they asked us to come up with an original idea, and I was like, there's no original idea for a movie. And so I came up with this somewhat superhero story, Bourne Identity, all these other cool action moves, and just kind of created up my own story of super soldiers. And The Effect was a short film I did, actually my senior project, which is god awful. I rushed that, and it jumps the whole story of The Elite, which is the prequels to The Effect, and it jumps. I wanted to just go for The Effect because I love that character. And it's about a guy, and you can look it up if you go to Stephen Wass on YouTube. You can check out the short film. Mind you, it's not the greatest, but it gives you an idea of the story idea of what I was going for. And I would love to do the prequel to The Effect and actually get into the actual story of how it all started. I've been writing tons of scripts on it and just never gotten around to doing it. It just haven't gotten the support, haven't gotten the funds for it. But I mean, it's always up there, and I'm always interested in doing it. And that would be, it's a life project. That's like, if I got asked, if I did a bunch of movies and they're like, okay, you can do whatever movie you want to do, it would be The League. That would push into the effect. And I love superhero comic book movies, and I love anything to do with all that realm of it. So, yeah. So that was today's show, and like it is, it's always Monday, Tuesday show, and then Thursday, Friday show. And if you have any questions, you can email us at themovielounge15@gmail.com. And yeah, just send in your questions that you would love to have answers from us, and we try to answer every question the best we can, even though if we don't know it, we do our best. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later this week. Bye.